Morning. Good morning. Welcome. Thank you for joining this morning for our good morning meditation. It is session 117. We arrived at the July the 17th, rapidly moving through the month of July and enjoying the opportunity to meditate and gain experience of the peaceful nature of our mind, different levels of mind. And when we go into meditation and we can allow ourselves to settle, most important element of the practice, we let ourselves settle, we can access a more peaceful state of mind. So that is always there. It's just a case of arranging our life in a way so we can access it. Now, meditation is one way of doing that. But the meditation practice is a way of stopping us from being distracted by the usual objects in our life which cause us to develop more grosser levels of mind. And we start to develop a disinterest in distractions, understanding that the distractions in our mind, entertaining them and following them doesn't lead to any good results. We start to be able to drop them. Yeah. And in a sense, we retire. Saying last night, we retire from worldly distractions, develop just a disinterest, more interested in cultivating inner peace. So the distractions in our world are endless. Endless distractions. And to be able to go deep into meditation, we need to develop a disinterest in them and a single-pointed approach to be able to focus on our object of meditation instead of just focusing on our distractions, and be able to be comfortable with having quiet, that is quiet external surroundings, so not to feel the need to always have noise on, and then quiet internal experience. So it is quiet in there beneath the distractions. But part of our mind, and only we know how broad that part is, fears quiet. Fear it. So for that reason, we always have noise. We always look for noise. We always put noise on. Whether that's the radio, TV, another YouTube video, just to be somewhere quiet, not have any noise. So that's step one, external quiet. And then step two, in that quiet space we are creating. So we're retiring from a noisy life. Yeah. I think I've tried that noise malarkey. I even got some special headphones. I was so happy with them. I spent so much money on them, and I felt so special with my special Bluetooth headphones. But they still didn't really make me peaceful. Putting noise in, aren't we? You could spend £1 million on headphones. Still not going to solve your daily problems. It's funny, isn't it, when we buy some new item of technology, maybe we get ourselves a special watch. Ooh, look at my watch. I can even get my email on it. Find out who's liked a post. Wow. Ooh, and it tells me all about my heart. It tells me about how I sleep. Counts all my steps. It's like my best friend. Ooh. We get some kind of wearable tech. We take pride in it, don't we? Think, oh, I'm important now and special. Forgetting the kindness of all those who created that for us and taking all the credit just because we're wearing it. But that's one side point. Yeah. The tech that we take pride in, if we buy it, if we get something new, nothing to do with us. It's to do with the kindness of others. So walking around, proud because we've got some new item of technology, it makes no sense. It's only due to the hard work of others. Yeah. So, we can spend however much we want on headphones and all the rest of it, but at some point we have to retire from the noise. Well, I've got these noise cancelling headphones now. Maybe they'll do it. Sometimes we have to let go and discover the quiet world. There's all these quiet spaces everywhere in our world. Often people say, don't they, the world's got so busy. It's got so noisy, the world. Has it? You can find quiet places everywhere. Even in your toilet. Oh no, I take my phone in there now. I keep up to date. I might miss something. Wherever we go, we're just wired in, aren't we, to noise. Can't even go to the toilet in peace anymore. We retire from this noisy existence. I think, what about a bit of quiet? And appreciate that quiet isn't fearful, it isn't scary. Yeah. Like a quiet wood. Yeah. The fear that arises when we go somewhere quiet is just our ego, because it's so used to being distracted by noise. That's the fear. A quiet wood isn't inherently fearful. There's nothing fearful about a quiet wood. The fear comes from our ego, which is so used to noise. And as soon as we go anywhere that's slightly quiet, oh, it's quiet here, quiet, oh, it's quiet, isn't it? It's quiet, everything is quiet. Yeah. So suddenly it's not quiet. So yeah, we create a quiet oasis. And then inside that, we can quieten our mind. And instead of all the commentating all the time, endless chat, we quietly go deeper into it. Then we discover quiet, peace, no noise, silence, silent mind, holy mind. Holy, as in whole, not fragmented and disintegrated, which is what happens when our mind is noisy, but a silent mind. The Christians, they know about this, don't they? In the Christian text, they say, be still and know that I am God. Be still. What does that mean? Still the body, still the mind. How do you still the mind? Not by saying still, 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 by looking at it with a non-judgmental awareness, and then access that vast, deep peace. And of course, the ego will try to pop up and go, am I doing it right? Am I? Yeah, again and again. Just, we think, I've retired from all that. I'm just going to enjoy this quiet. We don't feed it. Let's give it a go. Bringing our attention into our body, taking some deep, long breaths. Breathing in, holding that. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Deep inhalation. And breathing out. One more. Deep inhalation. Holding that. Slowing down everything. Moving into a quiet space. And breathing out. Setting a compassionate intention. How wonderful. All living beings. Countless living beings. Could be free from their suffering. So our heart reaches out to as many people as possible. Thinking about family, our community, how wonderful if they could be free from their suffering. And we try to include as many people as possible. And then we engage in the 9-round breathing practice 3 times to clear the way for our meditation. Gently breathing in and breathing out. And as we breathe out, letting go any worries, stresses, blockages in our body and mind. my body like a mountain, immovable, completely present, rooted. My breath, the wind, flowing gently, and my mind, the vast sky. And as I look at my mind and keep looking, I discover quiet, a deep silence. And I abide here, completely still, my body still like a mountain, my mind still. And through gently looking, without judgment or comment, stillness arises. And as that session concludes, we dedicate all the energy to all living beings. May they find stillness in their hearts. And through the power of our meditation, may this come about. Thank you very much. When you're ready, bring your session to a close. We're approaching the weekend now. And maybe it's our opportunity to be still. I think, what should we do this weekend? This is often a conversation, isn't it? You say, be still. Go and sit somewhere and just sit still. And do what? Nothing. You think to yourself, I've retired from noise. Take an early retirement. It's overrated. I've tried it. No good results came. Just a bit of a headache. So I'm going to try stillness. Sitting still. And even resting my thumb, which just loves moving like this. Gives me such a sense of meaning and power when I can just touch a screen and what I'm going to do this weekend is retire my thumb back to its usual location. I've been working it so hard over these past few years, scrolling away like there's no tomorrow, believing that there's a solution to my problems at the end of the scroll. I'm going to retire it for the weekend and see how that goes and just sit still. Maybe even sit in the garden and do what? Nothing. Just sit there. Sit still and see what that's like. Initially, you might feel a bit, what's going on? I need my precious phone. Ooh. I need my book. I need this. I need that. But just try sitting still. Now, as you discovered in meditation, eventually, it might happen quickly. Quiet. And then we start listening. Ooh. The soothing sound of the lawnmower from next door. The sound of the birds, the sound of the wind in the trees and so forth. And then we become aware of our body. And we become aware of our breath. And then we become aware of our mind. In the same way we do in this meditation, in the same way that our teaching, Guide to the Mindful Way of Life. 1, 2, 3, 4. Listen, body, breath, mind. And do that wherever we are. Go out for a walk. There's these benches everywhere, aren't there? You know, benches, park benches. Don't know if you remember, but what have we got here? See that? It's a park bench. Go and sit down on one. Beautiful things, park benches, public benches. Partly because they don't belong to anybody, do they? Well, they're wild in a sense. Anyone can use them. Even then, you know, you sit there, you might initially think, oh, I feel a bit uncomfortable. Ooh, just sitting here, maybe I need to get my phone out again. Right. Maybe we start worrying about what people are thinking about us. But that is a mug's game because they're not thinking about us anyway. They're thinking about themselves. Aren't they? They just sit there somewhere, I don't know, public, whatever, wild, and be still. And then our world starts to take a different shape. Because we're sitting somewhere that we don't own. We think we own our house and garden and all the rest of it. We don't really own it. It's just on loan. But if you sit out somewhere like that, it's a different experience because there's more of a letting go. And then access that stillness then. I wish you a still weekend. Enjoy exploring. The power of stillness in your daily life. You even do it in your home, sitting down in the lounge where maybe, you know, the modern day shrine is the TV, isn't it? All seats point generally towards the TV. The drug of the nation, as the disposable heroes of hypocrisy sang several decades ago. Source of main distraction. But you know, you can even sit in the area where you usually quite distracted by the TV. Most of the information coming out of the TV is completely useless, isn't it? It's just a distraction. And just try sitting there, nice and calm, nice and still. And then you start bringing stillness to your house, stillness to your life. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Might see you tomorrow night for a reminder if you fancy it. And then on Sunday, it's the good old death retreat, just to cheer us up.